Alrighty, let's go ahead. We'll start up the stream. There's a few things I'm going to try to get done today, just in game. And since, again, I'm playing anyways, figured I would just at least be here to help answer questions and help people out. Still free trial weekend. I don't know when that ends. Probably tomorrow? I have no idea. I think it actually ends today. Maybe it's already ended. But at least I can be here to help answer questions and help out people as usual. Nothing too different. Just a bunch of stuff that I want to get done. There's Red Dragon soon. The instance. I want to do the Hereafter Rebellion. We'll do some duels. Just chilling and hanging out. That's kind of the plan. It's not really a plan. But yeah. Starting things up. So, if I check here, Red Dragon is in 20 minutes. So I've got 20 minutes to just do whatever it is I want to do. Yeah, I haven't done that today. Kadoom, man, I really got to get this last gem. So I actually have to kind of pay attention to when the Kadoom timings are. So I want to get the last gem in for Impale and Stun, and then of course I want to upgrade them at some point too. It's a whole process with just doing Kadoom as much as possible, really. I was thinking about what else I wanted to change in gear to make at least the Hereafter Rebellion a little bit easier. Because I still end up dying occasionally. It's, I've noticed that, Hereafter Rebellion, when you're killing the dog, is so random. It's just it randomly happens. You'll randomly kill it, you randomly just won't. You don't almost have control over it if you don't have enough gear to just kill it yourself, pretty much. So I might play a different build for that I've never played before. We'll see. Hey, Codebreaker. Hello, hello. You got the Tier 3 version of that. Tier 3 version of... Oh, of the gem I'm assuming you're talking about. The Evanglow gem. I think it's only Tier 1 and 3. I don't think there's actually a Tier 2. Because I haven't seen any in the game. There are ones in the game files, but I don't actually think upgrading it takes it to Tier 2. I think it takes it right up to Tier 3. And I believe they're actually an expensive gem for Impale and... Oh, this is Tripped. Tripped is like 9,000 gold. Oh, there is a Tier 2? There is in the game files, but I've looked up and down this ranking information, and all I can ever find, just even if I dig by bow or go by two-handed and just scroll down to the bottom, anything I can ever find is either nothing, or Tier 1 or Tier 3. I've never seen a Tier 2. So I can't find any evidence. When you open O, type Evanglow. Yeah, when I open O. No one ever uses them since they're expensive. You have seen them. O is folio, by the way. Yeah, okay, sorry. I use actually my numpad for everything. Yeah, so here's Tier 1 that you craft. And then there's these upgrade ones, right? The upgrade ones, I thought just takes it up to Tier 3. So you're saying that they don't take it up to Tier 3. They only take it up to Tier 2. That's the thing, is that I thought that people would be, these aren't expensive. They're a little bit of honor, but otherwise it's just doing a whole bunch of, okay, this one's a little bit more honor. The escape one is quite a bit ridiculous. Okay, fine. But for the one that I want, Trauma, this is really easy. Tier 3 drops only from boss. Okay, so there's... In other words, you can't actually upgrade Tier 1 gems to Tier 3 by using these charms. Or maybe you can, but maybe you need multiple of the charms. The problem is, I don't have a chart for this. There's nothing I can find. There's no evidence I can find. It's just people only have 1 or 3. But I've never seen people, I guess, use these yet. And until I find somebody that's actually used it... look, these people don't even have... Oh, he's got it... Wait, that's a 4% trip. Oh, this is... Okay, this is a Tier 3 he's got in. You can't upgrade Tier 2s to Tier 3s. Tier 3s are only available from boss directory. Okay, got it. So this is only to Tier 2 then. Alright, I gotcha. That's not too bad. That's not too bad because I'm going to have Evanglows anyways. And these aren't tradable then. I mean, what are you supposed to use Evanglows for if not for these gems, right? I guess if you have all the tier 3 gems you need, you don't even need Evanglow's period, right? Because you can't trade them. I guess you could trade items that they're in, right? You can trade a tradable item that has an Evanglow in it. Okay, that's good to know. I guess you just, you can salvage them or something, right? You make one of these gems and salvage it for superior glow. Is that a thing? That's all they're good for now. There used to be other uses, but yeah, that's right. I remember the old system for how this works. I mean, the first one, obviously, was extremely different than the current one anyways. Alright, well, that's good to know. Brilliant. Okay. What are we doing? Oh yeah, we're waiting for a dragon. Mortal Chipset, you're asking, are there any new information about Fresh Start server? I don't think so. I haven't heard anything official. I think that as soon as we all hear something, is you know, it'll be through the official Discord, right? We'll hear it all at the same time, most likely. If there's any specific question you might have, you might want to just go over to that Discord and ask. But I don't know. I haven't had any questions myself, so I haven't really been in the Discord to ask anything. Yeah, if you have a specific question, feel free to ask. But I don't know. Anything new is a vague question, unfortunately. You cannot salvage it either, really. So you can't actually salvage even the tier 1 gems? Huh. Well, they really don't have a use then if somebody has everything slotted. How did I get that icon for the title? This is the one for killing 500 snakes in western Haram Mountains. Where is it? Title, this, and then actually if you scroll down to the bottom, I think it even says, must have Serpent Slayer title to equip this item. There's other ones too. There's Solemn Scout. Small Wings actually has a... Oh, wow. Wait a minute. Small Wings actually has an icon? Small Wings is when you get all 4... It's a different achievement. Oh. And there's a few other ones too. They all kind of say which achievement you need, and then you can look in the achievements list to find those. Or just go to the codex and look up that particular achievement. I'm surprised Small Wings has an actual icon, though. Because that's just this one. That's, Sky Emperor Small Wings right here. You need to have all 4 of those wings of different types. And then I guess in addition to the credits that you got, as well as the title, you also get a... I don't know what to call it. An icon, right? Title icon. That's good to know. It's a huge investment in diligence, though, just for an icon. Although you can use all 4 wings, which are pretty good, actually. Personally, I am spending my diligence coin, I think, on a rampage next, which I don't even think I'd use, honestly, so I'm just holding on to it in general to see if anything else comes out that's cool. Also, I don't think I bought a Warrior's Honor boost. Oh, I did. Okay. Don't forget to buy this every day, just in case you haven't. It's a pretty good one to have on hand. Alright, what was I doing? Oh yeah, we're waiting for a Red Dragon. Let's see. So that is in 12 minutes. Let's go queue up for something. Oh, I can't queue up to this arena. Oh, I hate Sinister Strike. I hate that it's broken. What do you think? Let me think. What do I actually... So let me... Okay, fine. I'll make my build for Hereafter Rebellion, since in Red Dragon it doesn't matter anyways. Let me do that really quickly. Because I have to do it anyways. So instead of Occultism, I wanted to take Songcraft. And so for Hereafter Rebellion, what I really want with this is to buff up Cook Kurt when he's about to take a huge burst of damage. Obviously, Bloody Chanty to buff up all the snipers before they do their shots. And then also before they start sniping. Haha, funny shots. Okay. Obviously, Quick Step is really good. Double Time is really good. And I guess... Wait, do I need Deadly Refrain? This is just to get an extra stack, right? I guess I don't think I need it, right? Because I'll still get this last passive, and then I'll just get it from casting other skills. So instead I could do... God, what would be good in PvE? I could charm an enemy. Wait, I don't think you can charm the dog, though. I really doubt that. Oh, Battle Hymn would be great, but I don't want to put another point in that right now because I'm lazy, and I don't want to. But I guess that... I really should, huh? It's not that crazy, though, against the dog. I think just using these songs would be good enough. Just casting them every so often. Try doing Blood Reaver, easier too for Hereafter Rebellion. The problem that I have isn't necessarily damage, or CC or anything. The problem that I have is, and not movement or any of that. The only problem that I have in Hereafter Rebellion is sometimes Cook Kurt dies randomly. I can put in as many healers as I want, but he'll still die. And I almost don't have any control over it. The most I ever do is Sunder Earth him anytime the dog is going to do a big hit. But I feel like that hit can crit. And when it does, there's a chance that it's really hard for him to recover. So what I wanted to do is, in addition to Sunder Earth, also have Bulwark up. As well as, help with the DPS of all the snipers. That's what I'm thinking that I want to do with this particular build. I don't think I need Deadly Refrain, but... it could help keep stacks up. No, yeah, I tried that too. I tried leeching the metal stack, but that didn't work. Because that's what it would be awesome. If I could just do that, that would have been the easiest thing. But I went in as a Death Wish and tried it and didn't have any luck. Which is really weird, because I think you can leech everything else in there. So the dog just, it does not get affected by any debuffs or buffs, period. And that technically does count as a debuff, because as far as I remember, Leech is like an actual debuff that gets applied for like 0.001 seconds, or like a super split second. But I might be wrong on that. And otherwise, I would have made it too easy too. Everybody would be like, "Oh, just go in with Shadowplay; it'd be super easy." But otherwise, yeah, that's not a thing. I could use healing him. It's a fixed amount of healing, but what's the point, right? I could charm everybody. There's no real reason for that, because I would be killing things anyways. I think Deadly Refrain, just so that I can keep stacks up. Yeah, I think that's the best thing I could do. So I don't have to think about it as much. I don't like Deadly Refrain because it's kind of like a maintenance button, but let's, whatever. I need a 5th skill in here to get it in the first place to get this passive, so I'll do it. So this will be here. Double time will be here, but I don't want Flame. Okay, basic is good. Quick step. Oh god, here we go. F1, F3 for Bulwark, F2 for Bloody Chanty. Okay, I think that's fine. I gotta push all these buttons so that I know which one is which. Cool, that actually works out really well, the timings of all the buffs and such. And then, of course, I'd have to be popping Deadly Refrain. Now, are any of these really high mana? Yes. Yeah, this is Songcraft. Everything is really high mana. So that's going to be a problem as well that I have to think about. Oh, actually, 2 of them aren't. It's just the songs. It's not too bad. And I'll only be popping Bulwark before, like, the really big hits. That can help. What else does Bulwark do besides the defense? I think that's it, right? It does stuff on charm targets, but I don't care about that. And then this also increases attack speed as well as damage dealt. Wait, it says a fixed amount for attack speed. That's not right. Isn't attack speed also... Oh, I didn't know that. I didn't realize that attack speed was a fixed amount. For some reason I thought that also bounces around between 2 numbers. Okay, that's good to know. Quick Step, however, also bounces around. And the only reason that I want Quick Step is just because I have Songcraft anyways, so I don't have to have my mount out as much. Oh, it even shows what songs are currently active. I don't play Songcraft very often, guys. So that's pretty cool. I'm actually really happy with that. Wait, why did that one turn off? Has it been 15 seconds? What's the timer? Plus 15 seconds. How long does it normally go for? 30 seconds. It's really been 30 seconds since I started playing... Okay. Alright, well, good to know. I'm happy with this build, I think. We'll try it out. Anyways, I gotta do the red dragon first, so I can get that out of the way. Because I want to be the right for the start, of course. I don't want to miss out. Anyways, in the meantime, if anybody does have any other questions about Arcade-related stuff, please feel free to ask. Let me see if there's anything else I can do in the shorthand, or in the short term. There's a bunch of different title farming things that I have listed. A lot of them are only accessible after I get the rampage. And the other ones are... Ooh, here's one I can do. Hero of Astera. Okay, I need to talk to the librarian Tyrannia in the City of Towers. Now, I'm not an East player, so I don't know anything about this. But I'm pretty sure the City of Towers is in Mahadevi. And I need to talk to somebody here. Let's see. I need to talk to Librarian Tyrannia. But I need to have a book with me. The book is called Hero of Astera. Now, I stored all the books from the Evan Bards at my bungalow house. Let me go and get that really quick. Alright. Book. Marianople. History of Yini? No, I don't think that's it. I need... Where's the one that I need? Is it not here? Oh, no, I can only get it from an East Evan Bard. That's why. Hero of Astera only comes from the East Evan Bards. Forgot about that. So I don't have that book. I don't even know if I can do this mission, or this title at all, actually. Okay. Well, by the way, did you guys see my bed? It's the best bed. I actually would not mind sleeping like this normally. Ooh, I could use the Fist of Darkness before Hereafter Rebellion. I should, actually. Maybe I'll just stay here. Okay, I need to get an Evan Bard from the east. And it's not night, so it's going to be a little while before that. Hey, Solomie. It's good to see you around again. Let me look up all the Evan Bards. Arcade Evan Bards. There was a forum post about this from 2015 that I always refer to again. And here's the three. One in Mahadevi itself, one in Lutsong Harbor, and one in Yini. They're called Yaras, Nura, and Aragi. And they spawn at 2000. I don't know how to say times. 8, alright? It spawns at 8 p.m. And they all spawn... Oh, there's no point of spawn location. That's weird. But whatever, they're around the city. Okay, good enough. Cool. I'll keep this up, and then during the nighttime we'll go and start off that mission if I'm even able to. If I'm even able to talk to the Evan Bards from the east. I have no idea if I am. I've never tried that before. Hey, Laboratory of Gaming. It's good to see you around again as well. It's been quite a bit. We got 2 minutes until Red Dragon, if you guys all want to queue up for that. And then after Red Dragon, I gotta do Hereafter Rebellion. So I made a build for that. Oh, I can actually use this build to get around Red Dragon quite easily, too. Without having to, you know, hop off and on my mount all the time. This might actually be pretty good. Or it might actually be pretty good. Deadly Refrain, I have to push a maintenance button and remember to do so. It does give 2 stacks. Oh, 3 stacks of rhythm each time. Ooh, that's not bad. Wait, how did that give me 3 stacks of rhythm? I only pushed it once. It says right here, it gives 1 stack of rhythm, but it actually gives 3. Oh, is that just a typo? Wait, that time it still gave me... Wait, I'm confused. Oh, you have to play another song. No, it is. Yeah, it gives you 3 stacks every time. This is just a typo. How's the bed tilted? Well, I made sure that the legs were slightly higher than the base, and therefore the bed is tilted. I don't know how to describe it to you. I came up, I did it by accident, and I thought it was hilarious, so yeah. I guess it just works because there's these little sticky sticks, the parts that stick out, right? But I love it, it's great, it's my favorite. Okay, I think it should be up by now. Or up soon. Come on. Okay, well, we're waiting. Yeah, I don't know. Why does it give you 3 stacks? Huh. Like, is that just a typo? Oh, here we go. We can queue up now. Is everybody else making parties? They're not. Huh. Oh, okay, somebody did. Well, whatever. I'm just queuing up randomly. Should I report this as a typo? Be like, hey, it actually gives 3? Or is it something to do with this passive? Aha! When casting Deadly Refrain, gain 2 extra stacks of rhythm. Got it. Okay, cool. That's cool. This actually means that after the garden, it actually requires 1 more passive to, or 1 more active ability to even get this passive. So just by getting Deadly Refrain in the new patch, you won't actually necessarily get the passive that gives you sustained rhythm. So that's kind of interesting and important to keep in mind. The garden makes it so that everybody has 2 extra active abilities, which is nice, but it also increases the price cost of all passives, and as well as the last active ability requires 1 more point in order to access. So instead of 6, it's 7. Or instead of 5, it's 6, I think? No, instead of 6, it's 7, yeah. So it's kind of an interesting way to change up the gameplay a little bit. I'm excited about that. They also did change, I believe, in Shadowplay. This can matter for some skill sets, but they changed it so that in Shadowplay, in order to get drop back, you actually need 3 points already. So I think they just switched the places of drop back and ping down. So that's something to keep in mind for builds that run Shadowplay just for drop back. I think the most one to get affected there is a healer, most likely, right? Oh my god. Oh, he's got a Strata! What? This is amazing. I want this. Why did I not just go for this giant car? Why was this not everything that I spent money towards? God, I would have had to do so many. I'd have to get so many things to get the turtle boat. Oh no, I'm off. Or whatever. That's fine. That's cool though. I'm glad they have one. Oh hey, look at this guy who's lonely, looking for people. There we go. I shouldn't have jumped. Oh, but he's waiting for everybody anyways. There he goes. Dude, this Strata is so cool. Oh, fell off again. I also have to remember that I don't have occultism right now. Does Bloody Chanty help with damage when you're using siege damage? No, right? Why would it? Because it's siege damage that you're doing with... Oh no, it's not siege damage with the Red Dragon's Doom. Oh no, it is siege damage. Alright, so right now I'm doing 984. God, why am I doing science in the most unusual places? Alright, 1146, but I'm also buffed somehow. What am I buffed with? Fire Lunafrost gives me extra. Get off the hood. Meows? Oh. Bye. Wait, I'm gonna be next, aren't I? Look at me slowly. Oh! God, it's so glitchy. Alright, we're good. I want to do some math here. I want to see if Bloody Chanty actually helps. Alright, so I am not getting any buffs from anybody, and I did 1,216. And I have 2 stacks, actually. One of Melisara's, and one of Fire Lunafrost. Well, that makes perfect sense, actually. Okay. So my damage is hovering around 900 to 1,100 without any other buffs. Now let's pop Bloody Chanty. Oh, I don't think Bloody Chanty is going to work. Actually, it should work, because as long as I have the buff when the damage hits... Oh, I don't think it actually works on siege damage, because that hit is really low for having more damage. Let's see. Okay, so now I have the buff. Yeah, it's definitely not working. So Bloody Chanty does not give extra damage to siege attacks, at least from the Red Dragon's Doom. This makes sense because Bloody Chanty really only increases these values that we know of. Yeah, it only increases magic skill damage, range skill damage, and melee skill damage. And there is no stat that we see here for siege skill damage, right? I don't have healing, so hopefully they are going to be okay. Although I am actually directly doing the siege damage to it, so there might actually be a hidden information for siege damage. You know, additional siege damage. But if so, Bloody Chanty does not give you that stat from the looks of it. Also, I just realized, what would be the fluctuation in values here? It's possible that, like, this whole area is tilted, and it's a height difference, but since we're underneath him, that can't be it. Because we figured out that if you're underneath the target, the height damage boost doesn't necessarily give you more or less damage, it's always as if you're on level ground. But that can't be it. So what's actually causing a difference in this huge fluctuation of damage? Most likely the Red Dragon Doom itself, right? Just like how weapons have some fluctuation between this and this amount. Why would they code so many things like that? It's very strange. It's so specific. Why would they do it that way? Besides, obviously, hiding all the values and information. I want burning to go away so that I can actually see values a little bit better. Where's that Strata? Strata's not even here. Oh, there it is. No, that's not it. What? Where did the Strata go? Huh. These two cars are doing really, really well just being next to each other. Oh, but now we're out of range. No, stop driving. We're out of range. We're still getting hit by Meteor, though. There we go. And good. That person is a healer, so they should be okay. But if they're driving... Okay, they're fine. Oops. I think I can just use, No! Wait, the car flipped over. I want to do something scenic, and I can't. Oh well. There it goes. Alright, that's fine. Not really a big deal. Alright, this isn't as fast as just using mount. Oh, besides, it's about to land anyways, we're good. Where is that Strata? Why did they despawn it? Oh, there it is! They didn't even rename it, it's still called Strata. God, I can't wait to see, like... So, apparently they, oops. Apparently they added in... I have to pay attention to health here as well, but apparently they added in, like, upgrades and ways you can actually upgrade vehicles, right? Like, you can actually add a cannon to a car, you can add some kind of stuff to a siege tank, I don't know, to make it faster or something. All sorts of things like that. And, so I am kind of I'm curious what the upgrades to the Strata would be, because you'd think that they would give it some really, really cool stuff, given that it's like a really, really hard collectible to get. All that said, I'm not excited about more stuff to have to regrade, obviously, but it's cool that there's more things that you could sort of specialize in. I do enjoy that kind of thing. Alright, we have to stop attacking it, because I have to stop attacking, because I don't think that these other people are going to. Wow, a lot of people actually died there. Okay. Oh god, lag 6 frames. Next slide, please. I'd have to kill those guys. The lag is quite immense, though. Oh, jeez. Why am I dying? What is going on? Summon meteorite? I have to pop a potion, I think. Hope we're good. Alright, 55%. We're just gonna let it hover there. It needs to actually activate its second healing. Come on, people, don't do it. Okay, self-recovery up. Stop DPS, people. Okay, good. That'll make people stop DPS. Reverse gravity. All of you guys can go up into here. I'm good, because Tiger Strike is really good. You don't have to attack it. I mean, we know we have enough DPS to bring it back down. We really don't even have to attack it or keep it anywhere specific. Oh wow, that guy got delayed. Interesting. Okay. Now we bring it down and then wait for Whiptail. Of course, Typhoon Wings. That's fine though, because I can just go right back with a very nicely timed blink. Whiptail! Go, 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 go! Burn it! Oh my god, the lag just completely threw me off there. Did we do it? We did it! Nice. Easy clap. Okay. And now I can actually pop songs if I wanted to for people. But it looks like somebody else is already playing all the songs. I don't like the fear, I'm gonna actually defiance that. Nobody else is playing songs. Never mind. I'm gonna have to, I guess. Okay, somebody else is playing Bloody Chanting, so we're good. God, it's so laggy. The stream is not making this any easier to do. That's okay. Did do self-recovery. It's not a big deal. At least we passed by the levitation, the flying stage. Oh, wait, I should be jumping. No! The damage difference between jumping and not jumping is so noticeable. Just watching the combat log, the difference is so visible and obvious. Okay, cool, yay. Did anybody get the scale? Anybody get really lucky? Nope. Or at least it's not showing there. Alrighty. Hereafter Rebellion, and then I can get back into, like, answering questions and actually helping people out. Anything good? Nope. And I don't really want to save these for Arc Pass, since it's literally Monday, so I'm just going to use them. Ooh, but I can actually craft a full shard thing. I have 50. Is it more worth to just sell these? 3.5, 4 versus 250. Oh. Wait, what? What's going on? So these sell for like 250, right? Actually, yeah, it's better to craft it and then just sell the ridge from the looks of it. Oh, hold on. Yeah, it's actually better that I just sell the ridge, so... I don't know whether I will or not, but at least I'll hold on to it. I just want to get that over with. And then I really don't want to go and turn in this token, so screw it. It's just going to get rid of it. Alright, Hereafter Rebellion. Let me get back to here. Let me turn on Crisp so you guys don't hear background noises. Okay, I have lower quality now. It'll be fine. Everybody will survive. And then we'll see how this goes in the Hereafter Rebellion. I have absolutely no idea. It's so random, killing this dog. But I need to do it more often, because I'm trying to collect the, what are they called? The stolen Ionod animas from the dog. Alright. I think everything is good. You can still get back into that instance, okay. Okay, let's buff up, let's do this. Oh crap, I was just in my bungalow. The whole reason was so that I would pop that, the Fist of Darkness. But whatever, I don't care. It's not really a big deal to me. Let's... Okay, me dying is not a problem. I have not really had issues with me dying in that instance. It's really just Cook Kurt. And then I've also noticed that Marion is actually really good at tanking the dog. Cook Kurt is good too, but Marion just, like, is really actually a lot... I don't know. I'm not going to say better, but she can stand for quite a long time. Alright. Full buff with the two things that I've got. We'll do melee attack. And let's go. We'll try this. I'm not really that good at the last part just because of the RNG. So whether or not I'll even complete this successfully is completely up in the air. But we'll see how this goes. And I have the buff, right? We're good. We have the statue buff. I've done this once without the statue buff, so I know that it's completable. I mean, I've done this a few times, to be fair. I've killed a dog, but again, it's like that last fight is just so... it's so random. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna do everything I can to do my best here. Can I actually summon the Wyvern? No. Damn. Alright, we're gonna go through the gate early. We're gonna try to get the souls from the dog. There's a little bit of lag involved, so I may consider actually going into optimization mode. But I actually think I need to. It's kind of a shame. But it will make everything much smoother, so maybe it's worth it in general. Maybe I should be doing that regardless. Ooh, I have to kill this set of mobs. Okay, that's good to know. Optimization mode, it's gonna lag. Oh god. Fine. Should be okay. I don't really need to know effects and stuff. Wow, these souls look very different in optimization mode. Okay. Alright. Alright. We'll take Cook Kurt. I might screw up here. I've done this before. I've screwed up many, many times in many different places with this whole ordeal. So whether this works or not is completely up in the air as well. I think it's okay. I do need the invisibility. So let me go and put that on. And then aggro. Okay. And we're good. So now, hi, Ost Archer. Please ignore me. Oh, I don't have Shadow Step. I have to keep that in mind too. What was that officer doing? Where are they going? Alright. Cook Kurt. Oh wait, we're down one soul actually. The normal. Marion. Crown Prince for sure. Penguin. You. Go, go, go. So I'm not really going to try to do songs in these situations. I mean, I can kind of use them, but mostly I'm just trying to... I just have the songs for the last fight, really. Now I can go and get Eltier at the moment, but I might do this first. Okay, well, there wasn't much to do. Alright, let's go get Eltier. As well as one archer. Oh, there's actually a staircase up there. What's up there? Oh, I just locked back in. Whatever. Alright, Eltier's here, Eltier, and then the archer, and then let me get on this guy, and then go over here. Let's just do that. Oops. Forget that I don't have Impale now. I don't think that's going to make a big difference, though. Alright, I should have track targeted the catapult so that I can watch its steps as well. Looks like it's summoning, so we're good. Okay. And then we're going to kill the archer. Good. Get the loot. Get another archer. So we have one archer. Now we have two. So I try to keep track of all the archers because I'm trying to get a specific amount of them. So I just do it in the chat in-game. Get mana back. Get the archers to attack everything. I don't really play Songcraft ever, so my timings on all of that is going to be off, but I think it'll still help in the last fight, I hope. Alright, that's 3. I'm gonna do 4 archers, and then everything else healers until, like, the very last one. Actually, it should be opposite. I should do 5 archers and then everything else healers. But it doesn't matter too much. Especially if I do actually use Bloody Chanty. Alright, let's do, yeah, 4th archer. And, okay, well, I screwed up. That's okay, though. Not too big of a deal. Also, I need to track target the Mana Tower. I don't have a way to stealth. Oh, no, I do. What am I talking about? Sunder Earth. Bloody Chancy. Throw the Mana Tower. Actually, not having effects in optimization mode is really nice. Oh, 2 Sunglows. That's pretty good. Okay. Now, let's go this way. We have... Let's get the 5th archer. Hopefully I won't regret that. Oh, is there one up there? Yes, there is. Cool. Harbinger. dead. Everything else should die pretty quickly. And everything else is healers now. I'm gonna go this way. Another healer. I have a button for this now, for getting off and on my mount. Which I need to be using more often, because it's really, really good to have that on a bound key, I've noticed. Alright, no Harbinger here. We're missing some of the archers, but that's okay. Everything is tripped. And we're good. Oh god. This is my least favorite thing about this, is everybody keeps staying in your way. Alright. So the problem here is that the archers were not close enough to actually target these guys right at the beginning. I have to start figuring out better ways to deal with that. Because right now, like, they take forever to actually get to this point, too. So this doesn't work as well. I don't think it's a big deal. I don't think it slows me down, like, any real significant amount, because I always have extra time on the dog, so that's not a problem. I'm not trying to rush it, but I'm trying to do it right, you know? I'm not speedrunning this, necessarily. Xanthos, glad to see me live. Oh, thanks. I appreciate that. I don't know, the YouTube stuff that I put up isn't really that... Like, it's much better to have live interaction with the audience, I've noticed, so... I'm glad you were finally able to catch a completely random stream of mine, since they are all completely random. That's just how it is. Alright, let's get another healer. I kinda want to get another archer for 6th one. I don't know if I want to or not. What's going on here? Harbinger is still trying to cast stuff. He's dead. Track target the mana tower. Do not get anywhere close to that area, because I hate when the mobs accidentally pull the next thing over. That would really become annoying. Warrior, so I'm going to use this targeting from the archers. I'm going to give everybody Bloody Chanty. There's another warrior then. Bloody Chanty again. Twin Shadow Slash. I'm going to try and keep myself alive. Oh. There's another archer here that's probably doing more of the damage. Come on. Don't kill me. Please. Okay, we're good. And then the tower should die. Oh, you mean the Twitch VODs? Hey, the Twitch VODs are all actually, they all end up on YouTube as well. And I do sometimes put up highlights of specific things. Of, like, if I answer a specific question that I notice get asked a lot. I haven't been doing that as much as I want to, though. So I really should be, huh? But I'm always okay with answering the same question 10 times over, because, you know, it's still going to help somebody, which is always good. And there's always people, you know, it's hard to know what to ask an Arcade to begin with. Like, if you're trying to learn something, where do you begin? So I get it. So, you know, answering questions, just lurking in the background and hearing answers is pretty good. Alright, we have to kill the Harbinger here. This is a really annoying part. I hate having to do this one because there are so many mobs, and it's going to be even worse because I don't have occultism. If the Harbinger dies, it should be okay. So Bloody Chanty, Bulwark. Oh, the cooldowns are just so high on that. Ooh, do I need to heal? Oh, I don't want to risk it. Okay, we're good. Okay, one more. Just the archer. Super easy. Go over here. Get another soul. Have an extra healer, which is still nice. Do not aggro the other people over. Holy crap. I think we're okay. Alright, this is the tough part. I am terrible with the positioning on this. Everything goes wrong all the time, so this is completely up for grabs if it'll even work. But, you know, whatever. Here we go. Screw it. Oh, are we actually turned correctly? Oh, this is risky, isn't it? This is, I don't want to be so close to the border thing over here, and so close to the other mobs. Bulwark. Okay, I think we're okay. For now. Wow, the global cooldown on songs is so huge. I didn't realize. Bulwark. Oh, it's too late. I think we're okay, though. Okay, Starving Dog, Bulwark. Ooh, that was really good. For now, I think. I feel like the lag is getting to me still somehow. Bulwark. That worked. I have to heal myself here because I don't want the healers to go for... yeah. This could be really bad, actually. Bulwark. We're good. Where's Cook Kurt? Over here? I'm almost dead. Oh, this is really bad. Okay. Please heal me. Where's Cook Kurt? Bulwark. Okay. Got me with 3 moons. And Fire Breath could actually kill me. Fuck! Okay. Alright, okay. Red alert. This could be bad. Please get him out. I beg you. Okay, thank you. Oh crap, the mount is at low health. Nobody's dead yet, though. Mount is at low health. I have to do this. I have to do that. I go back here. I have to summon Flappy again. Bulwark. Flappy. Use all the abilities on Flappy. Nobody's dead yet, so I think we're okay. For now. I think this is a lot smoother because of, Yay, we did it! It's definitely a lot smoother because of the, and I got an eye on that anima too, because of Songcraft. Songcraft helped massively on this. Holy crap. Why staying in front of the dog instead of behind him? Mostly because I'm lagging like crazy. Mostly because there's so much going on, and the stream is not making it easy to figure out where I am and what's going on the screen, especially because of optimization mode. I have to stay behind him because I want extra damage, right? Because I do backstab damage, but I'm paying less attention to that and more to these buttons than I am on everything else. Have I ever tried to clear those stronger camps? Yes, and it's a nightmare every single time. I really want to, though, because I want to see what they drop from them. And I'm sure somebody has done, like, a big thing about what everything drops. But, I want to see it for myself, too. Also stuck. Let's go this way. I only have a minute, so I don't think there's much... Like, there's no way that I can clear this camp. Or this one. Yeah, there's no way. Because all of these have, like, 30 steps. What is it doing? Did I aggro it? Oh. It just shot a catapult bullet over there. That's the weakest catapult I've ever seen. It's flinging little tiny rocks, little tiny pebbles. Oh, there we go. Flung it over there. Okay, I don't know. Anyways, because these things have like 30 souls or 30 mobs they have to summon before they are even really attackable, it takes just forever. Like, if you don't do the dog and you instead go for this right at the end, it makes sense, maybe. You might be able to take it down. But the fight is just so long that I never want to deal with it. Alright, we're done here. We have the Ionat Anima. We have 600 points. We're exiting the instance. But right now, like, my whole focus is to kill the dog. And I think that with Songcraft it makes perfect sense. Songcraft seems to be pretty good for it. At least in my build. And if I do it off stream, you know, I won't lag. I don't have to be in optimization mode, so I can be positioned significantly better and make sure that I'm doing everything properly. The fact that I can do it on stream and it didn't seem that risky, at least shows that I'm in a good spot. Songcraft health. So let me switch back to my regular build. Alright, mostly done with all of that stuff that I wanted to get through. So pretty much now is a good time to ask questions. If there's anybody lurking in the background, if you guys have any questions about Arcade stuff, please feel free to ask. You know, like I always say, I know I say this a lot, but it's completely true. Arcade is a ridiculously complicated game for kind of what it is. You know, doing something even as simple as logging has like tons and tons of Excel sheets about, you know, how to do it properly or how to do it the best way for specific games. So yeah, if you're a new player, returning player, if you have any questions at all, please ask those questions, even if you think they might be too newbie or whatever. That doesn't really exist. The fact that people don't ask enough questions about Arcade is really the biggest problem with the game itself. You know, like people don't ask questions enough, and so they end up getting confused and just quitting early without even asking people anything, without trying to figure things out. And it's in a lot of ways it's because you have to read almost everything given to you in order to truly understand what's going on in Arcade. But it's definitely not hand-holding you, so it's something to keep in mind. What happened to my FPS? I don't know. I turned off optimization mode, so now I'm at highest graphics at 4K resolution. While I'm streaming, it's definitely not the not the most ideal way to play, but I enjoy it, and I'm just running around Marianople right now, so because of so many buildings and stuff, the frames are a little bit lower, but it looks beautiful, and that's all that I really care about for some reason. And it's perfectly fine in PvP too. In PvP on stream, I'll just turn on optimization mode if I really need more frames. If I really need to be pumping up to 60, since my monitor's 4K resolution with 60 hertz. So it's really the most that I can push. Oh god, these trials, man. I have to stop getting them. I have to just go and get myself off of the juror thing. It's nice to be able to occasionally not... It's nice to be able to occasionally, like, get somebody that I know out of jail, which is nice. But the spam is so, like, I'm so frequently spammed with juror requests all the time. Just, I don't know why. I think maybe I'm, like, there's just not that many people who have juror for whatever reason. But, or the juror status. But yeah, the spam is so frequent. Yeah, so again, if you guys have any questions, anybody lurking, now's a really good time to ask them. I still have buffs going for a little bit, but I don't think there's anything too specific that I wanted to do. What's the status on Diamond Shores? Oh, it's in peace. Nothing in settings for not having that? What do you mean, Faye Pixie? Can you rephrase that in some other way? Mog Monster, for mage classes who rarely participate in PvP, how would you gem your chest and legs, since resilience and toughness are not applicable outside of PvP? So resilience actually is. Resilience does work on PvE, and I think it even says that specifically. Where is it? It should say... Oh, it doesn't say that specifically, but resilience does work against non... So essentially in PvE, because in PvE mobs can still crit, and you can absolutely reduce their chances of critting, right? Like the giant dog boss that we just saw in the Hereafter Rebellion, he does seem to be able to crit, and that's a big crit if it's on one of his tougher abilities, so you can actually reduce the chance of that. If you're really not at all participating in PvP, oh, there is no option to block jury stuff, unfortunately. I'll check though. But you're right, that toughness does only apply in PvP. This one specifically specifies, hey, this only applies in PvP. If you are not at all looking into PvP, yeah, there might be some other gems to think about, and we can look at that actually, because that's a good question. I would still recommend going into toughness regardless, but maybe not focusing on it too much. And the reason for that is because at some point in time you're going to get into PvP and you're going to find a much better... you're going to find it's a lot better to have the toughness than the other variants and possibilities to put in here. For example, the other things you could put in here are... Oh, I can't look that up this way, can I? I think the other options you can put into armor is Wave Glow, and that's it. So Wave Glow is... Okay, yeah, so With Wave Glow, on chest and legs, it looks like you can reduce damage received from melee, ranged, or magic. So that is an option, but it's one that's less frequently taken because people for chest and legs will always go with... oh, that's resilience, actually, isn't it? Okay, the legs, I guess, makes sense if you want it. But again, toughness just makes more sense because it works so powerfully in PvP, whereas the value that you get from a Wave Glow Lunagem is quite minuscule. The other option is to go for just pure magical or physical defense, but the values from the Lunagems that you earn on that versus just going, you know, toughness, it doesn't give you as much of a gain in PvE. So you'd rather just go and have the PvP capabilities just in case, you know. But yeah, I think these are the only ones. I think Wave Glow is the only option here. The other one maybe has Gale Glow? I doubt it, though. I don't think Gale Glow works. Yeah, Gale Glow doesn't work. Oh, wait. Okay, I guess you can get movement speed if you're a feat. Right? Instead of... Well, no, you'd want resilience still, so that's okay. Yeah. The hat has another option for more toughness, but that's through hero gems or exile gems. Those are actually really, really good to have, just to, you know, to have. But however, it's important to keep in mind that the crit rate that you get on the hat from Gale Glow at the moment will become even more important in a later patch once the stats, you know, strength, spirits, and so on, do not give us as much crit rate. And I misspoke, right? Oh no, I guess Spirit does give critical heal rate. But anyways, eventually those stats are going to be reducing how much crit rate they give us, so we are going to be wanting to pump up as much crit rate as we can get right now. If you have 100% at the moment without buffing, or at least with buffing, that's really good. Keep pumping it up, because once they significantly reduce how much crit rate we get from, you know, strength, intelligence, agility, and so on, you're going to want as much as you can get, honestly. Plus, there's also resilience from the opponents you have to keep in mind, too. They're always going to be trying to reduce your amount of crit rate in PvP. We haven't really figured out if mobs have resilience yet, so it's really hard to tell that. It's almost impossible. It's very doubtful they do, but we don't have any concrete thing that says they don't. So just in general, it's good to have as much crit rate and crit damage as possible. Let's look for some way to block juries. That's a good point. That would be under functionality, right? Auto decline citizen invites. I think that was the old... Oh my god, auto decline jury invites. You're a lifesaver, Fate Pixie. Do I want that though? Damn it, now I kind of want it on, just in case, you know? Whatever. I don't want to think about it. It's a good point though. I'm glad that option exists. Damn it, like, but now I want to know who goes in jury, and now I'm not going to have any idea until they're already in. Whatever. Alright, what's next? Any other questions you guys have at the moment? Please feel free to ask. I'm actually going to eat lunch, because I was given soup. So you guys can ask your questions. And I'll have my miso soup. What's up? Okay. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Sinister Berry, we really got to work on that on the second emote soon. Just saying. We're getting there. Alright. What could we do in the meantime? We'll just farm mobs and maybe queue up for duels and stuff. Queue up for the arenas. Actually... Eastern realms at war, Westerns in peace. Blech. Maybe I'll go to Aegis, because I need to get more tempering. And it's almost in war again. Does Whale Song also give more crates than purses? Does anybody know? I can't remember. I haven't farmed there in a very long time. But do you get more crates than purses in Whale Song? Alright, we're gonna go find out. Because I think I can kill mobs in Whale Song faster. I do enjoy actually farming in Aegis just because I get to actually practice full combos and that stuff. But at least for the purposes of the stream, I'm just going to be chilling and talking to you guys and answering questions and such. So I don't want to do anything. Yeah, I just want to chill and eat my soup as well. Oh, I got to put this ionite animal away. I got 2 sun glows from that. Let me actually see how many superior glows that gives. 3 and 5. Okay, not too bad. So it's an average of 4 per. I'll take it. Alright, let's go over to Whale Song. Do people even farm in Whale Song still? Is that a thing? Oh, by the way, also, this week is going to be quite busy, and just with work stuff and a lot of other things going on. This weekend I streamed as much as possible, at least a stream a day, because of the whole free trial thing. I want to do longer streams that are like 4 hours or so. And again, it's completely random. I don't have a schedule, because I have so many other different little things that I work on over time, and it's I try to, fit in as much as I can. I stream mostly for fun, to entertain you guys and to help answer questions. So again, if you are, you're interested in the streams, you want to hang out, whatever, please follow the channel on Twitch so that you can know when I go live, of course. But additional to that, I have all these other social media links that I let people know once I go live on. So if that's something that you follow, I don't personally use something like Twitter as much, but I still at least let people know there, for the folks that do use Twitter, that I'm going live. Oh, you do get crates way more often here, huh? Good. Actually really good. So let me put all those links in here. Did I spell his name wrong? Why does the, oh, there we go. It's just delayed a little bit.
Unit ready.
Cool. Thanks for the follow, Mago Monster, or Mog Monster. Oh, there's somebody there. Wait. I thought that this was lightning, I think. Yeah, there's nobody there. Nobody farms in Whale Song anymore. What is this? 2017? 2018? Alright, I need to level up 2 different things. I need to level up the... Actually, I have no idea. I know I need this mini miner to level up a little bit more. And I need to level... Oh yeah, that's right, the pangolin. I wanted to start the pangolins. Alright, we'll have these guys out. We'll farm, we'll answer questions for you guys. Additionally, I forgot to mention, if you guys have any questions about the game, and you're really not getting the answer from anywhere, or you just want to bother me, which is totally fine, please feel free to bother me on Discord. You can PM me questions, it's no big deal. Actually, somebody just PM'd me, hold on, somebody PM'd me an hour ago, and I didn't even answer. Now I feel bad. But anyways, feel free to bother me in a PM if you need anything. Same goes with, the ArtPage Research and Development Discord. There's a ton of nice people there. They've helped me test a lot of the things that you've seen on Reddit lately that I've put out, that, all these friends of mine put together and work together to figure out. So you can always ask your questions there. In fact, I encourage that. I might still answer questions if you post them in there, but at least whatever you ask me, also, the community is kind of there lurking and learning from it too. You need an in-depth video for Nori? I would love an in-depth video for Nori, myself. I'll be honest, I don't do it very much, and it's not because I necessarily need it. It's because I guess I do eventually. I'm not really focused on it. But if I actually knew the mechanics more and was more comfortable with it, I might just queue up for the fun of it. But I don't. I don't tend to do that. So I totally agree with you. We do need an in-depth video for Nori. I don't think I can make one right now because I don't have those mechanics on hand myself. In fact, I'd love to see that video. And if anybody does know of one, feel free to link it into chat so that, Xtas and everybody else can at least use that. But since it's not something that I do very much, it's not something that I'm an expert in, and I don't feel comfortable saying too much, because I know generally how to get through 35, and I know the rest of the fights, but I've never really done them myself, so I've only watched other people do them. You know, because they were like streaming in Discord or something, and I was just kind of watching them. But yeah, no good answers there for me. We're getting good crates amounts. Ooh, we're still getting cursed armor scraps. I actually really want these, because I'm going to be making so many. They're expensive, kind of. Yeah. I'm going to be making so many of the scrolls in order to upgrade. What's it called? Aranor cloaks. I'm trying to get how many I can. That's good. Oh, we got 10 crates already. Maybe I should just pop a loot drop potion. I don't have one on me though, so too lazy to get another one. It should be AoE farming though, huh? Is there any better place to farm? Yes, there actually is. There's way better places to farm in Whalesong. Oh god, come on. All the abilities are different on this mount. What am I doing? Okay. I need to go, like, over here. Because I think over there are groups of, like, 5 mobs that all stare at each other. Lovingly, of course. And, I could probably just AoE farm those ones. Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect. It's not 5 mobs, but it's still good enough. And also, they're so low level, I'm probably not getting very much experience from... Oh, I am. Wait, this gives tons of experience. Oh. No. No, it doesn't. What are these 5,000 amounts? Is that from the 1-star mobs? Like these ones? Let's see. Yeah, it is. Oh, it's not. Where did I get 5,000 experience from? Maybe the behemoths are better. Okay, these are very low values for XP. I may as well not even be using my, like, these 2 pets. Yeah. I'm not gonna bother. I'll level them up later, but I want to collect up crates and just chill with you guys. Let's... What was I doing? Let's take out Penguin. And in case somebody comes up and tries to gank me, I can use the Leomorph. Maybe. To make some distance between somebody. And then also, we'll go to the combat log, so I can kind of keep track to see who's around. If there's a name that suddenly appears in this combat log that I'm not familiar with, I know that there might be somebody coming by who is just some other player, right? And so I kind of use the combat log to help tell what's going on around me, even though it's not necessarily visible on my screen. So just, you know, food for thought if you're setting up your UI. A lot of the things in the UI give you a lot of different power advantages, in the sense that, like, you know, setting up your UI properly actually gives you really, really good information for map awareness and, you know, kind of awareness of what's going on around you. So I highly recommend thinking about that when setting up your UIs. What else has been interesting lately? I'm trying to think. I don't think there's been anything too interesting going on, like, news-wise, right? Everybody's talking about the fresh starts. Everybody's talking about, you know, the Garden of the Gods and the expansion and having to pay for the DLC in Unchained. We've gone over those things. I mean, I'm a realist about all of it, so to me it's not as big of a deal, because obviously they're changing up their monetization so that they can actually keep the game running in a fashion that actually the company is acceptable with. I think it's fine. Fresh start I'm not too happy with, but people have been begging about it, so it's bound to happen, I guess. People use the fresh start for the wrong reasons, which is what I'm worried about. Like, people only go there to prove their worth as if it matters in an MMO, you know? In an MMO, nothing you do matters, because unless you're going to play the game for years, nobody's going to remember you in 5 years, you know? It's not really a big deal. It's just a video game. And people forget that you play MMOs to play for years, so what a lot of people do is they go to the fresh start just to play for a few months. which is fine. I mean, I totally, like, I get this is a thing, and it's fun, right? It's fun for the first few months, it really is. And that's why people do it. There's nothing really wrong with that. If you're having fun, then that's good. Unfortunately, I don't know, everybody begs for a fresh start, thinking that, you know, they'll become the next big winners and dominate it, and then just end up not doing so and then leaving it as well. So everybody who begged for the fresh start ended up leaving within the 2 to 3 months and then not playing the game, as opposed to the people who just, you know, go and reroll or just go back to the server they came from originally. But it's crazy, man. Everybody begs for the fresh start so often, like all over, like the Facebook posts I see, you know, with their advertisements. People are begging for fresh starts, or were, I guess, at this point. All over Twitter, like with every post, people are begging for fresh starts. When's the next one? When's the next one? So on. So I don't know. I guess I'm not surprised that they went and made one, or are going to make one. I just wish it wasn't the case, you know? I don't like that it's going to be pulling new players from the other servers, from the regular servers. It's especially with, like, you know, it's one thing to make a fresh start and then have a whole bunch of people who are actually new to the game start on it and learn the game together. But it's never the case, because what actually happens is a bunch of old veteran players go there and just make a huge mess of things and make the game very, very hard to play for new players. And then they end up leaving the server, leaving it in a worse state, you know? So, I don't know. I'm worried about a lot of things with the fresh start. I'm worried that the community is going to be really sad about a lot of stuff, you know? Which is, it's bound to happen, but I just don't like that kind of stuff occurs. Got 24 plates so far. Okay, we're good. Do I have any labor rechargers I can use? Normal. I must have used a bunch. Yeah, I don't want to use any more labor rechargers for today. I'll wait for reset. Also, Arc Pass reset was yesterday during reset, so if you haven't started on that, you might want to. I've already gotten my 12 quests out of the way. But yeah, I don't think there's anything else that's been going on that's too interesting or, like, newsworthy to talk about. So again, if you guys have any questions, if there's any new or returning players that are looking for more information about the game, please go ahead and ask. We've got plenty of time right now to answer those questions. That's the whole purpose of the stream, is to help answer those questions. We can talk about things and have a conversation about whatever. It's much nicer than me answering in a text conversation, you know? Because here we can actually converse, and we can theory craft about builds and talk about, like, gameplay stuff in a much more, I don't know, a much easier way than through text. I don't really like having to type out answers in text.
Unit ready.
I have to do it all the time. Thanks for following a guy called me. Alright, let me eat my soup. I'm talking too much, I know. Let me eat my soup a little bit. I guess I can try something. Okay. So, there's a build that I've been kind of looking into, a build that I really want to try once the garden comes out, called Arachnomancer. I haven't spent too much time with this build because I haven't had the opportunity to, but, like, honestly I should be. Arachnomancer is witchcraft occultism in Swiftblade, with an extremely heavy focus on Swiftblade. Now it's okay right now, but once the garden patch comes out, Swiftblade has so many different things that are changed or increased in potential that a build like this makes perfect sense to rely only on one melee DPS skill set. And I want to try it. I want to play with it. The problem is, I've played with Battle Rage for so long, and in order to stop relying on Battle Rage, it's going to require a significant amount of practice. I can already start practicing now, and making sure that I can get crowd control effects off in a timely manner, For example, something like Stillness and Bubble Trap is still going to require a cast time, so knowing when to push those buttons is very important. However, I don't necessarily need to be using Bubble Trap. I'm gonna keep Stillness no matter what. But like Earthing Grip and Bubble Trap, I probably don't necessarily need them, so I can try some other things like Innervate, which increases stun and trip duration, as well as has some combos later on Swiftblade. And actually, I think Innervate gets a different ancestral ability in the next update. Unless we already have it. No, we don't have it yet. I think it only has one, which turns it into range damage, which isn't really that big of a deal anyways. The other problem with Witchcraft is I need to keep in mind magic accuracy. So the second passive gives Insidious Whisper, Banshee Wail, Bubble Trap, and Lassitude to never miss. But Innervate could still miss. And while it's nice to decrease the healing effectiveness of a target by 90% in the next patch, which I'll also have from Absorb Life Force, which can literally just shut down healers, period. From, like, you know, stacking one and using one and then using the other after. Like, I could do a lot of things against healers with a build like Arachnomancer. But it's going to require a lot of practice, and let's go ahead and we can start practicing it now. But I don't have like the extra 2 skill points yet, which are really important too. Because I'd love to have an extra skill point for something like Primal Strike or Dusk Shroud. Actually, Dusk Shroud because of the fear combos for Trip. So it would be Dusk Shroud, and I mean, I'm still messing around with Witchcraft in general. I'm not sure what I want there. Ooh, my new glider is in here. Let's put that on my toolbar. So actually, I don't like Earthing Grip because it's kind of slow. We want Mirror Warp. We really do want Innervate, honestly. And if I have an extra point to put somewhere, it will probably be for either Focal Concussion or Lassitude. One of those two would be the additional one. I really like Lassitude, though. The 4 seconds is just a ridiculous amount of time of attack speed reduction and the movement speed slow. Like, it's such a huge amount. But with a 45-second cooldown, it's really not as great. Plus, in raid versus raid, like, this isn't, like, they'll get slapped and they'll just break out of it really quickly. Because somebody shoots them or something. Purge is nice because I can silence a shackled target. I will have a way to shackle in Swiftblade with, I think, the Garden Patch or maybe sometime later. So there is actually a purpose to using Purge. But I don't think I want to practice with it right now. I'm not sure what I'd want to use. Bubble Trap? I guess Bubble Trap with Boneyard is really powerful, huh? I should be doing something like that. The AoE abilities with Boneyard was really, really nice. Boneyard and Impale and Summon Crows and all this different stuff that I could use together. And then, of course, the biggest thing that I need to practice with is Reverberate, because there's so many options here, but Reverberate has such a high cooldown that I have to play very carefully. However, even Reverberate is like crazy in the Garden Patch, or at least later on, where if you kill something with a reverberated skill, with a mirrored skill, then it actually resets Reverberate, which is awesome. That is so cool. So I'm kind of excited about using all this stuff together, but I have to do a lot of practice with it. So let's put that there. I think everything else is already on the toolbar. So we'll start practicing a little bit with this. Oh, you know what? Then I probably should go to Aegis. Is it in the war yet? It is. So then I have more time to actually debuff stuff. But whatever. We'll stand right here for a little bit. Let me at least push the buttons and get used to all the buttons before I do anything else. This is not a build that I would do in the arena at the moment. Normally I'd say if you're, practicing a new build, go to the arena. But because right now it's just, this skill set is very lackluster compared to what's going to be coming with the Garden update. So I really am not getting good practice if I went to the arena with this. It just doesn't have the capabilities I need. So for now I'm mostly just practicing hotkeys and seeing if this is a build that I feel like eventually could work. Which, I'm not really practicing that well right now. I should be using everything. I should be using even Absorbed Life Force. And at least get used to the buttons. See, like there I used Reverberate, but I shouldn't have. Also, for the time being, let me use the regular Blade Flurry. Do I open up with Innervate? No, right? What would I use? I'm using Innervate to stop healing effectiveness. I don't want to open it with it, though, because it only lasts, what, 10 seconds? But it also increases duration of stun and trip. Currently, I can't trip, because I don't have Dusk Shroud, which trips feared targets for 3 seconds. But I can make use of it with a stun. Actually, I don't have any stuns in this build, except for Absorbed Life Force. Or maybe something stuns in the Garden Patch from Swiftblade. I don't even remember anymore. I know that I'll have Shackle at some point. That's going to be amazing. What's really cool is that I could use Reverberate to cause distress, which is even a further way to reduce healing received on a target, just by causing distress. But I don't necessarily want to use Reverberate for that. I think Reverberate would mostly be used for either damage from Twin Shadow Slash, so that you try to kill the target and reset Reverberate, or I guess Distress would be the other one. And see, this is the main reason why I don't like Blade Flurry, is because sometimes it causes you to like fly off the screen. It's really, really unstable. Ugh. I have to get used to that again. Hey Mittens! It's been a long time since I've seen you around, especially on the stream. How's it going? How's life? How's quarantine life, I guess I should say. Oh my god. Did I get anything? Oh, it's just both crit, that's all. It's a really easy mobs. I don't really want to be practicing against them, but again, mostly just getting the buttons. Getting used to the buttons again. And also, let me delete Arachnomancer and put it back to the new build. Because, yeah, I don't think Earthen Grip is going to make that much sense for me, the way that I use it, or the way that I'm going to be fighting. Snare is good, but, like, you can break Snare early with Earthen Grip if you attack the target, and I don't want that to happen. So the snares that I use should be ones that don't break. That's it? Just getting a bunch of meows? Is that, that's what's happening here? See, here's Distress, which reduces received healing by 60%. Or is it 60 or 40? I bet I've misread that. Come on, Mittens. You talk all the time. Why are you suddenly meowing all the time for? What happened? Have you turned completely into a cat? Is this it? Is this the final stage of Mittens? Oh my god. Probably get help. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, I forgot that I wanted to use Twin Shadow Slash, but I used a different ability. So Reverberate copied the wrong skill that I wasn't intending it to copy. I still have Impale. I'm not even using that. You have to get used to all these buttons. Haranya. Oh, I see. It's just Haranya. Okay. But I can understand Haranya. What are you talking about? Oh no, never mind. I can understand Haranya, but not Haranyan. Or Firin, actually, is the correct... Never mind. What am I saying? That's not Haranyan language, Mittens. That's Firin language. It's completely different. The Harani don't talk in cat. The cat's talking cat. You gotta get it right, man. Alright, let's go over to Aegis, I think. We got 40 crates so far. This is actually really good. I don't know if people are actually doing the boss. Yeah, sorry, you had to get off of it. Alright, that's fair. You know, they're gonna make it so that you can see what language you currently have selected on screen somewhere to make it more obvious. And also permanently lock it in until you switch it to a different language. So even if you log off with Nuian Continent language enabled, when you're actually normally a Haranian, you'll actually be able to log back in and still be under Nuian. So that's pretty good. There's a lot of nice quality of life changes with language coming up. Alright, let's kill some of these, just to start. And I also want the Leomorph out, not the Crimson Lightning. Alright. R, for fear. Wait, why didn't that fear him? Whoa, wait. Why didn't that fear him right away? What happened? Okay, I don't know what happened. It shouldn't have missed, right? Because Banshee's Wail is, never miss. Strange. Oh crap, I have to be turned towards the targets or use Blade Flurry. Oh my god. Let's do this. That's not bad. Actually, it's very bad. Let me think. Actually, no, it is good. So what I was thinking is I wanted the target to get Instinct, right? Instinct, lock them down, then use Twin Shadow Slash to cause Shackle. We don't have it right now, but eventually it's going to be causing Shackle as well as the removal of foes. Alright, this guy likes to teleport around, okay. That's actually good for me to practice on. A mob that teleports around. So like this, and then it still has Instinct, so this actually works out quite well. What's actually good about that is since Instinct lasts for 3 seconds instead of gets consumed right away, both Shadow Slashes will do the additional 60% damage, not 50% like it is right now with Instinct bonus. They'll both do that much, and I'm very excited about that. God, I can't wait till the Swiftblade changes come in. There's so many different ways to play. So many different things coming to it. I'm so excited. Where did the Wendigos go? Come on. Where are you guys? Where are the Wendigos? They all dead? They don't respawn? That fast? Really? That's weird. Oh, they're gone because of the event. Huh. Okay. Alright, well, I will farm somewhere else then. It's not that big of a deal. Yeah, I guess I could farm. This is actually good practice. If somebody does try to kill me here, I think I'll be okay. Well, at least I can mess around with my Swiftblade, or at least I'll mess around with Arachnomancer if that happens a little bit. Whether or not it will actually prove to kill anybody, I don't know, but it's not a bad way to practice. Mittens is back. Welcome back, Mittens. I have Stillness, but, like, it's only really good in specifics. Okay, Stillness is one of the most powerful skills in the game. Let me just first say that. But because it has a cast time, my actual ability to use it will either be at the beginning of a fight, or at some lull in a fight. That would be the only times I'd actually use Stillness. If I use it at the beginning of a fight, it won't necessarily be the best thing, because like a lot of the stuff they have isn't on cooldown yet. I don't know. It has a 20-meter range, so I guess it's pretty good. I don't know. I'll get used to it. I'll figure it out with this build eventually. Stillness is really, really powerful, so I don't want to not use it, but I have to find proper timing for it. There was a dog. Mittens had to... There was a dog. Mittens had to dom a guild to remove the dog from the place that Mittens was at. Okay. Got it. I don't know how to react to that. Oh my god, that's why. There's such a delay in that fear. It's not instant by any means. But I think I have to use the like this version of Banshee's Wail, because I can make use of it so well with Boneyard. The dog was looking at Mittens. Okay. I don't know what to tell you. Was that a dude? Oh. It's not. Okay. It's a bummer. Although everything that I have is on cooldown, so if somebody were to attack me right now, they... Oh god, I hate this! I hate that movement! I hate this randomly launching you off into the nowhere land. So, like anytime you lag, you'll just get launched when you do Blade Flurry. And while it's sometimes hilarious and very useful, most of the time it's mostly just annoying, and doesn't really help. Also running out of health. Bam, 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 bam. Dog was gonna bite. That's a drop large fire rock from sky. Okay. Alright, this is fine. By the way, are you still on Legacy servers then? Or, I don't know. I feel like Kalen might be a good idea. You know, Kalen... All the people from Kalen say they're an ERP server, so I don't know what to make of that. I'm just gonna put it out there. It's a thing, I guess? Question mark? Oh, okay, yeah. So you're still on Legacy servers then. Fair enough. Oh wait, now I can actually level up the pets that I need to level up. These guys give tons of XP. Let's get rid of Flappy. I actually wouldn't mind somebody killing me right now because I don't want to use potions. And I want to get my health and mana back. I guess I could just die to a mob, huh? Take off the gear and then just die to a mob, and then I'll have 10 minutes of a buff as well. Let me level up Pangolin and Mini Miner. Wee wee. Okay. Thanks, Mittens. Appreciate it. Mog, you like the glider that I have? You haven't seen it before? So, yeah, the, this one. The Goblin Glider. One of my favorite gliders in the game. It's an RNG glider. The amount of how effective it is RNG. Because it's a 10-meter teleport with a 50% chance to reset and let you teleport again. And it could go endlessly, right? Because like any dice roll, it could literally be endless. Now, the thing is, because the cooldown resets, you don't necessarily have to use it right away. You can always, you know, get off the glider and then get back on and have that cooldown reset still, which is really nice. Big fan of the glider just for speed, to get away from stuff or to get somewhere quicker. And thankfully, mine actually rolled speed. So I have very high flight speed for a glider. So it is one of the fastest gliders in the game, in the sense that it's not a Magithropter, which is a little bit slower than regular gliders. And it has a teleport. However, while it's one of my favorite gliders in the game, the Cumulus glider, the Cloud glider, is a much more stable version, a much more reliable version of the Goblin glider. Because the Cumulus glider, which is actually a Magithropter, so technically it's going to be a little bit slower than the regular gliders in general. But anyways, the Cumulus glider has an ability that it will teleport you forward 15 meters. You can always do it twice, so you can definitely go 30 meters every time, with a 50% chance, I think, for a third one, but there's no, like, there's only a 50% chance for a third teleport, and if you don't use it, then it goes back in cooldown, then that's it, right? Whereas this glider will only teleport you 10 meters, but have a 50% chance to reset. So in general, the Cumulus glider is significantly better, much more reliable, and way cooler, because it's a cloud. However, it is so expensive to make. It is ridiculously expensive. So unless they put it in the Diligent shop, there's just no way that I'm going to be getting that one. And the Goblin Glider will be really, really good for me for a very long time in the meantime. So that's the long answer. The long, unnecessary answer, Mog Monster, for Goblin Gliders. How are we doing on crates? Pretty good. I don't see... I don't know, Arachnomancer is good, but I need to try it in PvP, because a lot of these things don't really make sense to use right now. This is cool. Innervate has a travel distance. This is nice in mobs, not that it matters, because I won't actually aggro the mob right away. I can press it and then do other stuff. Against PvP, I have to actually time Absorbed Life Force correctly, as well as Innervate. Absorbed Life Force would remain what it is right now. I only use it after my opponent has used their crowd control effect, because any crowd control effect will end Absorbed Life Force early. So I have to time that right. Innervate is a nice, you know what, regardless of what you do, regardless of what CCs you have, you're definitely not healing yourself during this period of time, pretty much. So it's a more reliable version of stopping somebody from healing. And of course, I also have access to Distressed, which is an extremely powerful debuff that I'd have to use Reverberate for, and Reverberate has a very long cooldown, so I have that option at least. So a whole lot of stuff. Tons of stuff to think about. Mog Monster here, I was thinking it looks pretty. Yeah, I know, it does. To be fair, let me take a look. Let me show you really quickly what it looks like. Pretty is definitely not what I would describe it as. It's definitely something, though. This is the Goblin Glider. Alright? It's definitely a thing. Hey, Agent Peon. It's been so long since I've seen you around as well. How's it going? Is this just because, like, Monday's off and there's so many people that are popping by because of that? Is that why? Does everybody have today off in the US as well? Or did somebody have to go to work anyways? Chilling like a villain. Correct. It's a good day to stream then. Well, I mean, I've been streaming all weekend quite regularly, so. And again, it's not normal. This weekend is, or this whole week is going to be really busy for me, so. I'll try to. Oh gosh, my voice is gone. Hold on. Everybody relax. There we go. Nope, I took away all of those build gear things. No more. None of those. I was so frustrated having to keep up with those all the time, because I change my build so often, and it will happen again once the garden comes out. I don't want to do it anymore. But right now I'm playing as an Arachnomancer, because I'm just kind of, I'm trying to learn it, because once the garden comes out, this changes massively, and I already kind of want to understand my hotkeys and where everything is, and how this generally plays. I even have 2 extra hotkeys ready for the garden patch. Mittens came here to do Fallout mods on Sips to get what mods he's using. Oh, that's why you're on Twitch? That's the whole reason? And then you just saw me online? Well, at least you hopped by. Appreciate that. I want to use the other... No! Damn it. I'm not pushing any buttons correctly. Oh, I'm still on my mount. What? We. Okay. Yes. Got it. My pangolin's about to die. He's not about to level either, so I can't just give him full health by leveling him. What was that? Something like attacked me. This thing attacked me way after it died. It attacked me 10 seconds after it died? Is that true? Look at this. The last hit was 10 seconds before I had to parry something that it did. Oh my god. How do I attack things from death? That's amazing. I want that ability. What are those 3 skill lines? Yes, sorry, it's, I wish that we had, like, the thing here that showed our classes, because it's so good for streaming, but we don't have it. Penguin's dead. This is Witchcraft, Occultism, and Swiftblade. So it's a huge, massive push to just using Swiftblade as a melee instead of Battle Rage. However, there's a ton of combos that exist between Witchcraft and Swiftblade, and there's a ton of obvious crowd control and environment manipulation that you can do with Occultism, as well as Shadow Step is really, really important. So there's potential here, really, really, really good potential for Raid versus Raid. Like, extremely good potential for Raid versus Raid. So I kind of want to learn it, and I want to mess around with it a lot in the Garden patch, but mostly for PvP, not for PvE. Everything else I will still continue to play Cursebrand with, and for other for other PvP, I am still going to continue playing Eidolon, which is an absolutely wonderful backline support build that keeps people alive, crowd controls everybody else, and causes massive issues for the enemy, while really, 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 really good buffs for allies. It's a build that I wish more people played. You don't need gear for it at all. You can stay alive for an extremely long time, and it's really fun and effective, and works wonders. But unfortunately, everybody wants to play DPS, so you don't see as many people playing backline support. Or if you do, you'll just see a bard or two, right? But you actually don't have to bard. There's other things due to health, too. So I've been talking about this one a lot. Because of the fact that nobody really plays backline support builds, I do it mostly because somebody has to, because nobody really uses health lift, unfortunately. Like, even as simple as that. You just don't see it that often. You don't see people using protective wings properly that often. Bracing blast needs to be done properly, so I just kind of did this myself. I said, alright, fine, I'll do it. Nobody else can do it, I'll do it. And I found out, you know, when nobody else is actually playing these kind of builds and you're the only one, holy crap, is it really fun and effective. Still not as fun for me as playing a melee, but when nobody else is playing this properly, like builds like this or using crowd control properly, and you know you have to do it yourself, or you feel like you have to do it yourself because nobody else is, it's really fun. For newer players, playing a build that's backline support doesn't necessarily have to be this one. It's also a really great way to learn the game without needing any kind of gear, and you're helping massively in PvP. And there we go, Blade Flurry once again sent me across the map. So yeah, Arachnomancer, Cursebrand, and Eidolon are my main 3 at the moment that I play for very, very different purposes. Arachnomancer, very new to the build list because I am just excited to mess around with it in the Garden patch. And as much as I want to, like, I don't know, I can put, like, exclamation mark stuff for quick links to things, but I don't really want to because I changed the builds too much. I was thinking about putting exclamation mark links for some of my videos that I've put out that I reference to a lot. I think I actually should do that. That does make sense. Yeah, but I'll do it later. I'm not going to do it obviously right now. I'm not going to think about it at the moment. I've put out some videos lately of things that I had originally put on Reddit and some stuff that I did not put on Reddit. Those videos are on YouTube. You can find them all under a playlist that I put called Research and Development Episodes, I think. And they go into a lot of different details and things that people don't regularly know. For example, the height damage boost. The height damage bonus when you hit stuff that are lower than you, that's lower than you, essentially. A lot of people didn't know about that. In fact, most people didn't, so I made a video about it in addition to the Reddit post. But all that the video does is just show the Reddit post and say, here you go, here's the information, I'm going to go over it. So it's really meant to be super quick info. I did one for how loot drop rate works. After a ton of experimenting, we figured it out, all the different nuances with it. And I made a video for Stagger, and this one was not on Reddit. So this is actually the one unique thing on there that you can also find on the Arcade Research and Development Discord, is a list of every Stagger in the game, and how ridiculously different all of them are from one another. Some of them disable Defiance, some of them don't disable Defiance, some of them appear in your combat log, others don't. Some of them have different icons, some of them last longer or less. Some of them will also disable like abilities. Some of them only cause root. It's so ridiculous. The wording for stagger in this game is so off. Art and I just sat down and made a list of every single one, and holy crap was that enlightening. So there is a video about that as well. And that one is not information that's in Reddit. It is just information on the Research and Development Discord, as well as on my YouTube. So there's some important stuff there. And I should probably do some quick links to it from the, you know, the bot that I have here in the channel. I help out with stuff in Twitch. Ooh, if I had an instinct stack there, I would have reset press and slice. Oh, I would have reset everything. I really need to get used to that. I need to get used to comboing with instinct a lot better, and it'll become much easier as well once the garden update is out. I can't wait to do all like crazy combos and stuff. Oh god, I'm so excited. It's gonna be such a good patch. How many crates? 76 crates. Nice. Oh, and I'm not actually leveling a pet. Pangolin, welcome back. Again, if there's anybody here in the stream, if you guys have any questions about the game, if you're just lurking or there's anything you want to learn more about, please feel free to ask those questions. This is a really good place to do that. We've got tons of people who have played the game for a very long time in the chat right now. I've played for a very long time as well, so I can definitely answer a lot of questions you guys might have. I think the free trial weekend is still on, or maybe it's just ending today. But since there's so many new players active at the moment and trying out the game, I figured I would, help stream a little bit and answer questions directly, verbally, have conversations about stuff, theory craft a little bit. And, I mean, the whole weekend has been actually really, really good. You guys have been awesome, just all weekend. From people helping in chat, answering questions, to, all the folks that have been stopping by to say hey and try to learn a little bit more. It's been a really, really productive weekend, which is really cool to see. So, that's it. That's the end of that sentence. I don't have any other thoughts. Thanks, guys. Alright, I'm done playing Arachnomancer for now. I don't think it's going to be as fun until all the garden changes come in. Right now it's cool to be using literally just Swiftblade abilities to do damage. I think it's absolutely viable, and it works really, really well because of how low the cooldowns are. But I need the extra 2 skills, I think, and really I'm only doing this for PvP, so I'd be practicing a lot with this in the arenas once that patch comes out. Until then, we're just farming and getting more crates and chilling with chat and eating soup. So hold on, let me do that. Alrighty. Also, there's a few other things I wanted to add to my to-do list. Let me do that right now. I don't think I'm going to do it on stream, but I want to get Harad, the Gatekeeper. And for that I need Taming Nets. I need Mythic and Legendary Taming Nets, because I want Harad the Gatekeeper, and I also want every other one. It's kind of an expensive endeavor. I think there's only a 25% chance to even capture them, so on average I'll need 4 of these Taming Nets just to get something. So it's a little bit expensive, but I really want Harad first, and I want to get all of these other ones as well at some point. But I just wanted to add that to my list of stuff to do. 10% to get him. You need a shitload of nets. It's really 10%? I've always thought it was 25. Oh. Or is he different from other ones? Is Mythic Taming Nets different from Legendary Taming Nets? Where's my Eternal Taming Net? I think that's even a thing in Korea. They've had other pets they can go and tame, but I don't know why our region never got those. Is that correct? I think it's something like that. He is the hard to get one. He's the hard one to get. Okay, got it. Read that correctly, eventually. 10%, jeez. I've seen people running around with him. I really want him. He's so good. Oh my god, him with the tier 2 pet armor? Wait, this isn't the one with tier 2 pet armor, but him with the tier 2 pet armor would be insane. Somebody farming over there. It's taking them forever just to kill a mob. I'm not going to bother them. He is the hardest. Alright. One time I used 45 nests to get him? Don't tell me that. Why did you tell me this? That's like a bad RNG day. I'd never do it past 4. But alright. I will keep that in mind when I sacrifice my life savings to try to capture a statue. What was that? What was that? Who did that? What was that little ring? Did you do something? No. Oh wait, he did. He used this ability, Driller. It's a weird thing. Let me see what it looks like. 4 to 9 nets for most, but he's a little asshat. Okay, fair. Alright, let's use this. Oh, look at that. He's got a little weird effect. Alright. Cool. Is he almost level 55? Yes. Whew. Great. Mount's got to level 53. That's good. Alright, we're getting there. Any other questions you guys have in chat? Anything else going on? It's interesting. Again, really good time to ask questions. 7k gear score, where should I be farming? Agent Peon? 7k gear score, where should I be farming? What are you trying to farm for? Are you just trying to get levels? Are you trying to get coin purses? Are you trying to get scrolls? Are you trying to get your cloak up? Because at 7k gear score, it's going to be a little bit tough, but you could try farming around the castle areas that are purified. In fact, that might be a little bit too slow, but those are really good places to farm because they also drop synthesis shards as well as ancestral coin purses. It does take a long time to kill stuff. They do give more XP, which is really nice, but it's definitely a great place to farm in general. Most people will tell you, and honestly it's totally true, that Western Huron Mountains is just the best place to farm. They give really good XP. There's tons of very easy mobs to kill. They all give, coin purses mostly, so you can use that for money. You're saying, not sure your cloak is stuck at 7 fails, trying to awaken my cloak. Yeah, but eventually you'll still need those synthesis stones, and you can stack them. You don't have to actually open them. So it works out really well. The blue ones are very good. So that is still something to consider, but I think that Western Huron Mountains, where you're probably farming already, is honestly the best thing to do. Once you can kill the mobs around the castle purified areas a little bit more reliably, then you might want to transition there, but you'll still be killing stuff significantly slower. So it's not great for XP versus, just going and killing stuff in Huron Mountains all the time. Eastern Huron Mountains is good too because it drops the blue infusions, which is definitely noteworthy because, everybody needs those infusions. Hey, we did it! We got all 3 miners to 55. But those would be the places I would recommend. Eastern Huron is a little tougher, right? The mobs will actually possibly kill you, depending on where you're farming. It's very lethal. So at 7k gear score, Western Huron is definitely the most suggested place to go, followed by the castle place. I wouldn't be necessarily farming around here, unless you are just looking for the XP, because it's pretty good XP from these 2 and 1 star mobs. Or you're looking for crates, like I am right now, because I want the tempering stuff, right? But most people don't really go here anymore. This is where people went when they just hit 45, level 45. They'd come right to here and they'd start killing stuff here. Some people would go to Western Huron, but it was still a little bit too tough at level 45 to do that. Whereas here, there's a lot of mobs that don't even react. You can just kill them before they do, before they're able to even do anything. But that's more like, you get to 45 on Fresh Start server or whatever, and then you come here. And the PvP here was always fun, too, because of that. It's very exciting and interesting. What was I doing? Okay, Mini Miner gets to go away now. Goodbye, Mini Miner. Why is this one over here and these ones over here? Are they really in alphabetical order? No, they're not at all in alphabetical order. They're in order by grade. And probably item ID. But wouldn't these 3 item IDs be next to each other? Oh, they are in order by name. Oh, they're in order by name and grade. Okay. Why did I never notice this before? I never asked myself that question at any point in time, apparently. Alright, what's next to level? I think I already have Pangolin. I need to get the snow lion up, but I'm not doing that right now, so I'm going to put the snow lion away. Let's work on the wolfhounds. Okay, we could do the wolfhounds. Why not? Good. I forgot the snare lasts so long, so that works out really well. Oh my god, the dog just keeps leveling constantly, it's great. Even though he takes AoE damage from stuff. Dog is actually really good, huh? But only because of the attack speed increase. I think the trip is just an RNG trip, so that doesn't always actually trip, which is what I don't like about the dog. And the provoke is not a PvP provoke, oddly enough. It's just a PvE provoke. Unless they change that, because I can see now there's an actual debuff icon, but I'm still pretty sure that's just a PvE provoke. Let me also look at the new player chats. Hold on. Nobody's really asking any questions that haven't been answered. What's the best way to make gold? I'm really broke. I actually answered that question at one point on stream. I need to highlight that, because that is obviously a question so many people ask. How do you make gold? Or what are reliable ways, or what should I look into? And I actually answered it. I think I answered it really, really well. Without giving away any kind of details about specific things to do, I gave away details on what to think about in order to, you know, kind of come up with your own way. Since, you know, a lot of gold making methods are, if they're not super stable, and instead they're based on like auction house, making money off of that, you know, people don't generally give away the way they make money because they don't want the market to like flood with that kind of stuff. So I gave very, very good ways to kind of research things on your own. And I need to put that on YouTube as a highlight, because that was actually a good. I enjoyed answering that one. Mittens likes naps. All right, I actually took a nap today. A much-needed nap after a very long walk in a very hot weather this morning. The nap was good. Oh, not maps? My bad. Do you mean the treasure maps? I wonder how much those go for. Oh my god, 14 gold. Are these worth 14 gold? No, they're worth 7 gold from the looks of it. Oh, hello. A yellow one. Ooh. Ooh, tempting. How much do those normally sell for? Oh, about this much, too. Maybe I should start treasure hunting. I'm sure... Oh my god, they probably give superior glows now, huh? And Lunarite, but... But the chance to get Starlight Essence is actually pretty good, right? No buying? Yeah, I guess you can go and kill boats yourself and stuff. Kill ghost ships, get those maps. It's not too hard to even, you know, duo it, really. There's still unique scrolls, right? Or is the heroic one the highest one? The one you can get Ionod scrolls from. I forget. Mittens, 1 mittens, ghosts, boats. Right, okay. Yeah. Solo it, got it. Excellent. I get it. Yeah, I mean, if they don't move around that much, that's fine. Or you have an ult, I guess. Penguin takes so much AoE damage. And then go on loot finding of the booty. I used to kind of do that, actually. Quite a bit on legacy servers. Okay, Cody. Cody's yelling in the background. You probably can't hear him because I've got Crisp going. Anyways. To get the book, you can get 1k on AH. Really? Not an Arcade Unchained. Yeah, no, an Arcade Unchained, nobody's really going for these books yet. I don't know if they'll need to. I don't think in the, I don't know, in Garden Patch, that might be a bit much. But, at Legacy, that's good. Swiftblade, what type of weapon would you use? Alright, long answer time. I know a lot of people would say dual wielding, right? Dual wielding makes the most sense because of the cooldown decrease by 30% when you are using the dual wielding with Swiftblade. It's a big passive. It's an extremely important passive, not to mention the fact that so many abilities also do an additional whole calculation for damage with an additional different damage like mark in the combat log based off your offhand weapon. So generally, yes, dual wielding is extremely powerful for cooldown reduction. It's extremely powerful for the offhand weapon damage, which, by the way, is always increased in critical damage by 50% for that particular attack. But I'm not a crit build, I'm a defense pen build, so I kind of don't focus on that. Anyways, it's really good to dual wield. Absolutely. Totally. It's really meant to be dual wielded. However, there are particular cases where you can do it with non-melee builds and still be fine. You can still use Swiftblade as a utility skill set. I don't necessarily recommend it because you're not using it to its full efficiency. However, you can do that. The cooldowns on some of these things that are, like, so to speak, utility are still pretty low regardless, even if you're not getting 30% off. So if you're using a staff or something, yeah, you can technically make use of it. It's just the cooldowns would be much better. Can you use a dagger as a main hand in any build? Yes, however, keep in mind that for a melee, if you have a dagger in your main hand, that means you're doing 20% less damage with all your melee abilities. However, all of your animation times and global cooldowns are decreased by 20%. So you do things 20% faster, but 20% less damage with a dagger in the main hand. Okay, so it's something to keep in mind. I use an axe because an axe has 1.1 attack speed on it, which means it does actually 10% more damage than average. Oh, he's yelling in the background. I don't know what he's yelling about. But anyways, so this does 10% more damage because it's an axe. It's also crushing type, so it does a little bit more damage on plate, but this 10% extra damage, or 30% versus the dagger, it works in any armor type. So even cloth, technically, you're doing more damage. However, it's much slower to attack with the axe, because it's 10% slower, or 30% slower compared to the dagger. Sorry, I'm like, I stop talking when Cody yells, which you guys probably don't hear because of Crisp taking out background noise. Oh my god. Another thing to mention too is that God, there's so many things with weapons. There's so much stuff. There's a couple other things to mention too, especially like specific to Swiftblade. The offhand, like this offhand attack that you can actually proc or whatever with some of these abilities. Cody, what's going on, man? Why are you yelling? Hold on, let me go check out Cody. Why he's yelling? Give me 1 second. Alright, I figured it out. He's just yelling about stuff that's happening in another room. Anyways, alright, so some other important thing to mention about Swiftblade is that the offhand attacks from something like Crescent Slice or the offhand damage from Twin Shadow Slash, it actually counts that particular damage, that particular bit of damage, as if your offhand weapon was your main hand weapon. Okay, let me give you an example really quick of what this looks like, just so that we have some awareness. Bam. Bam. Okay? So, Twin Shadow Slash should have appeared 3 times in the combat log. The first time is the 2 hits. One is main hand, one is offhand. The third time was the one last damage point, but because it killed it, it didn't actually do the offhand one. So there should just be the third one, right? But let's look at this first 2, which I don't know if you can see on the screen or not. The point is there are 2 actual hits that happen from Twin Shadow Slash. And one of them is the main hand one, and one of them is the offhand one. They're actually separate damage calculations. These separate damage calculations, like I said, it's almost assuming that your offhand, for the offhand attack, is your main hand, okay? Which means, if you have a 1.1 attack speed weapon, like an axe, in your offhand, that hit will actually do 10% more damage than normal, okay? In addition to that, that hit, as it says in the skill, will also gain 50% crit damage, okay? Offhand is left or right, so offhand is the second one here. It's technically left hand, and right hand is the main hand, is how it is in this game. So because of that, you could see a lot of people who actually do melee Swiftblade, they will do actually 2 axes, or they'll do a short spear and an axe, or something like that. I don't necessarily recommend short spear, but they're also changing it in the future patch, and it's a lot of complicated things. I'm not going to go into that right now, but it's something to consider, right? Now, I have a dagger in my offhand, which is weird. The reason I have a dagger in my offhand is, A, I cannot take advantage of the crit damage unless it's PvE, okay? And the reason for that is because I'm a defense penetration build. So I don't really go crit damage at all, which means in PvP, if I get 50% crit damage on my offhand, it's just going to be completely wiped out by the enemy's resilience anyways. I'm sorry. Yes, by the enemy's resilience anyways. So I don't care about that. And number 2, the dagger in the offhand, while it does do less damage, and that's really it, like all of these attacks with Twin Shadow Slash, they do much less damage. 30% less damage compared to my axe, so it's not as great. However, the main reason why I do a dagger in the offhand is so that I can do this. So that I can switch them at any point in time and have a dagger in my main hand and an axe in my offhand. Now, I could just get a third weapon and have 2 axes, right? I could do that. I could go and try to tier up another third weapon And I might in the future, because I would like to actually have 2 axes, honestly. Or maybe a short spear and an axe, or something of that sort. However, for now, the ability to switch so the dagger in main hand is really nice for PvE specifically, because in PvE now I can act significantly faster, and my axe offhand will actually do a ton more damage with the Swiftblade abilities, because now it's doing 30% more damage compared to the dagger in the offhand for these offhand hits, and those offhand hits gain 50% more crit damage that, as far as we know, is not really reduced by mobs, because I don't think mobs have resilience, we don't really have too much proof of that. So, for the most part, this is a really good PvE stance to play in. However, because I do things faster, I run out of mana faster, which is also something to account for. So that's mostly why I do Dagger Axe, is so that I have the ability to switch. One more thing is that I can use it in PvP. I could use this Dagger main hand in PvP as well, if I'm not going for damage and I'm just trying to lock people down, or I'm just trying to do things fast in PvP. I could put the dagger in the main hand, and I'm not worrying about doing damage. I'm just worrying about like getting around combat, or trying to disable specific people, and other things that are related to just the melee skills themselves. But I like to keep my options open in gameplay, so I went with this to start with. And like I said, I might get a 3rd weapon up to Legendary at least at some point in time, so that I can do dual-wield axes or something, and maximize damage, but it's just not a priority for me at the moment. It might become a priority for me once I do Arachnomancer, if I really do enjoy that. Since all of my abilities will be based on Swiftblade damage, I would almost have to start focusing on maximizing the capability of the Swiftblade damage as well. So I might have to actually get a 2nd axe, or something of that sort. It's a lot to talk about. I've answered this a few times, but it's important. I feel all this information is important because there's a lot of different decisions you can make here. And none of them are necessarily wrong decisions. You can kind of play however you want and you'll be perfectly fine. But as long as you're aware of the options that exist for you, that will hopefully make it a little bit easier for you to make a decision. Or I could have just overly confused everything and made it extremely hard to choose something. And if that's the case, don't stress about it. Just pick something that's cool for you and go with it. Because in general, you'll be fine. In general, you'll be okay. You'll figure things out, you'll focus on the right targets anyways, and everything will be alright. It's not too big of a deal. Nothing to really stress about. How do you add Crescent Slice? What do you mean by add Crescent Slice? I don't know. Yeah, you might want to rephrase that just a little bit so I know exactly what you mean. Oh, to my rotation? So Crescent Slice is nice because of the Shaken debuff. So I really love it for Shaken. Shaken is amazing. But it's even more amazing for the combo. Mainly the first one. I know the 3rd one is really good. It'll be really good in the garden when killing targets with Crescent Slice will actually reset the cooldown of a bunch of abilities, if you can get that to work. However, the ability to cause distress is insanely powerful. It's extremely powerful. Distress is a very, very powerful debuff, and Crescent Slice can actually proc that. So if you cause Shaken in other ways, for example in the current patch with Triple Slash, or with behind enemy lines, etc. In the current patch, you can start with those 2 and then cause distress with Crescent Slice. Additionally, if you've already caused distress on someone, this first combo will actually reset the duration of distress that's already on the target. So technically, if the target's distress is about to finish and you use Crescent Slice, it'll essentially give them distress again. And for the full duration, because there's no diminishing returns on Shaken and Distress. And it can't go immune to Shaken and Distress either. So it's a really, really powerful debuff in that sense. However, in the Garden patch, we actually lose the ability to cause Shaken with Triple Slash and behind enemy lines. So keep that in mind. There's a lot less ways to cause Shaken with Battle Rage, if any at all. Behind enemy lines will still cause distress if you use it on a snared target, so that will still remain. And then, of course, you could always reset the duration of distress with Crescent Slice. But honestly, distress is one of the most powerful CCs in the game. It's a crowd control without really being a crowd control. It'll slow them down, they'll do less damage, they actually heal less. In addition to all of that, it I think it also increases cast time. Maybe not. I don't know. Anyways, my point is that it's an extremely powerful debuff, especially because it lasts an extremely long time, and there's no diminishing returns. Can you do with other Swiftblade skills? No. There is no currently other skill. There's no other Swiftblade skills that cause shaken or distress at the moment, except for Reverberate. The mirroring ability technically would allow you to cause distress with just Press and Slice alone, letting you spam Press and Slice twice on nearby targets. This is still an option, absolutely. However, Reverberate should be, use it for specific scenarios, right? For what you're trying to do. So when I'm an Arachnomancer, I might be using that quite a bit, just for the Press and Slice Distress combo. But in my current build, I wouldn't, like if I had Reverberate on right now, which I might actually use once we get the additional skill points, I would probably be using Reverberate instead on Twin Shadow Slash, or Blade Blast, depending on the situation, or even Sinister Strike is amazing, because technically, I could keep Impale on a target for an extremely long time with, Impale from Hellspear plus Sinister Strike, do some other things with Battle Rage, and then right at the end use Reverberate with Sinister Strike again to once again increase the duration of Impale on a target. So there's a lot of different things I can do in a Curse Brand build once the Garden patch comes out. But yeah, there's no other ways to cause Shaken with Swiftblade than just these two, essentially. So yeah, really fun stuff. I know there's so many different things with Swiftblade that's like, you have to read every freaking thing. Alright, and not even that, it doesn't even give us all the information. I did report this, I don't think they fixed it yet. Let me see. Yeah, so Relentless Assault, okay? It's a very important skill. Very, very high damage skill, because the first, second, and fourth attack all also have a left-hand attack with them. It's very, very powerful. Now, it says here in the combo with Relentless Assault that the combo attacking targets under the effects of Instinct decreases the cooldown of Blade Blast and Blink by 30%. Killing targets under the effect of Instinct resets the cooldown completely of Blade Blast and Blink. This is very good, but it's not everything. What it doesn't tell you here is that it also reduces the cooldown by 30% of, or completely resets the cooldown of Twin Shadow Slash. It doesn't say that here, but it does. And this is one of the biggest deals in the universe, because it's been screwing everybody up since day one. Here's why. If you end up reducing the cooldown of Twin Shadow Slash with Relentless Assault, however, the natural cooldown of Twin Shadow Slash is not finished yet, you cannot use the second slash of Twin Shadow Slash until the natural cooldown is finished. This is just a bug. All that is just a bug. And when it gets fixed, hopefully, it'll be in a better place. And I was going to show it off, and then I forgot to. So let me show it off. This is the really big, like, oh, that's why this happens sort of thing. And it took me a long time to figure it out, why my combat was so weird and buggy. This is actually a bug. So you Twin Shadow Slash, cause this, you go back, use Relentless Assault, okay? Now, it did reduce the cooldown of Twin Shadow Slash, but watch what happens when I use Twin Shadow Slash now. I can't use it a second slash because the natural cooldown of it is not up yet. And because I did it so early, I couldn't use it at all before the second slash went away completely because I just didn't use it in time. This is what's been screwing up so many people lately, and it's just a bug, and I've reported it, and hopefully it gets fixed at some point. Maybe with the Garden patch they already fixed it, who knows. I mean, they did so much changes to Swiftblade with the Garden patch that they may have also addressed this bug with it. But it's also important to note that Relentless Assault just doesn't tell you that. Relentless Assault doesn't tell you that it reduces or resets the cooldown of Twin Shadow Slash. So, keep that in mind. That's a thing. Which skill would you reverberate on after? It just depends. It depends on the situation. If you're trying to escape from somebody, you can use Reverberate with Blade Blast to, teleport further. You can do Reverberate with Blink if you want to, blink 4 times or possibly just blink stealth twice, right? There's a lot of combos with Blink in the new patch as well that are going to be really important here. There's a lot of different combos that are new with the patch, especially between Fear and other things. that Swiftblade has. There's a million things. There's tons of stuff to think about there. But it's all, like, Reverberate is so amazing because of the fact that it is, it's really versatile. You kind of do it based on what the situation requires from you. Which is the most damage? It kind of depends, you know, like, a lot of people say that Relentless Assault is the most damage. Other people say Twin Shadow Slash is the most damage. Personally, I'm a big fan of Twin Shadow Slash, especially with some of the upcoming combos that are going to be coming with the Garden Update, which actually you can cause Shackle with Twin Shadow Slash. Now, maybe that's not in the Garden Update, maybe that's later for us, but it'll be really powerful, and in general, it's not only an incredibly powerful move, but because it moves you so much, you can kind of dodge other melee abilities or other things that are on the battlefield, you know, just by using Twin Shadow Slash and kind of screwing with your enemies' understanding of where you currently are positioned, right? So a lot of people will use Reverberate just for pure damage, and that's cool. Other people will do it for distress. And, you know, it just depends on the situation. If you're fighting a healer, maybe you want to distress the target. If you're fighting an archer, you definitely want to do it with Twin Shadow Slash, right, to keep up with them, essentially. If you're fighting another melee, maybe Relentless Assault is good if you're behind them, right? Then you're able to just stay behind them while using Relentless Assault and all these backstab damage hits. A melee or tank, you know, if you're fighting them, you might want to do Reverberate with that. If you're trying to escape, you might want to Reverberate with Blade Blast. If you're trying to just cause a bunch of confusion, you can actually Reverberate with Dusk Shroud or Blink, because just to kind of cause issues for the battlefield, right? Or you can use it with Dusk Shroud in order to reduce accuracy of shaken or distressed targets. This is a big one, by the way. We talked about causing distress to targets with Crescent Slice. Shaken and Distress both work with this Dusk Shroud combo. Dusk Shroud decreases the accuracy of shaken targets if they're in the Dusk Shroud by 50%. A very, very powerful thing. And because of Boneyard, I can make use of that quite well. But I haven't been doing that lately. As you can see, I don't have it spec'd, and I don't plan to have it spec'd much in the upcoming patch. However, this combo also works with Distress, because Distress and Shaken are actually counted as the same skill in almost every single situation of combos. So if you can distress the target for 7 seconds, and then keep them in a 7-second Dusk Shroud for 7 seconds, they have 50% less accuracy, meaning that they could use an ability, and it will just miss and not do anything at all, and also put that ability on cooldown for that player. Putting things on cooldown is just immensely powerful, because then they can't use it for 30 seconds or whatever, and they got 0 benefit out of it. So that's why Dusk Shroud actually makes a lot of sense. But again, there's so many different purposes for Reverberate. You can use Reverberate with Primal Strike if you want to just reduce all the cooldowns on current, on all these 4 abilities, all the 4 damage abilities, by 80% instead of 40%. You know, you pop Primal Strike and then you pop Reverberate. Yeah. So there's a lot of different options you could do here. It's that's why I love it so much, and I can't wait to use that once the garden comes out. But it does require a lot of practice, absolutely. It's and because there's still some bugs that exist, or that seem to exist, that's something to be aware of as well. It might not work totally properly, but hopefully the Garden Update fixes a lot of these little nuances that currently exist in Swiftblade. Alrighty, what am I at? 124 crates, that's not bad. Just for chilling here and killing mobs and answering questions is good. This has become more of a Swiftblade stream, but I think that's perfectly fine. When I go to name this VOD in YouTube, I'll probably put that so that people who have Swiftblade questions can at least use the stream to kind of get that information. It's totally worth it. People are working on harpoon launchers. Wow. Okay. Alrighty. I'm gonna be, I think I'm gonna be running out the stream here in a little bit. So, any last sort of questions you guys have, now is a good time to ask those. Otherwise, you could always bother me on Discord or you know, talk to people and ask questions on the Arcade Research and Development Discord if you guys wanted to. People are pretty nice there and totally open to answering questions and helping out. But I'll stream for maybe like 5 to 10 more minutes and then I'll head out. Got a lot of other things I gotta think about as well. Yes, there is the Discord link. Perfect. Actually, I like this one better. Invictus is one. Invictus. This is all of the different links. Wow, what did I write in that giant blob? What is this? Come join me in the arcade. If you're interested in... Yeah, okay, alright. I guess that's still valid. I wrote a big text block for that. Holy crap. Okay. I don't think that's that necessary, but okay, fine. Yeah, so those are all the different social media links there. Again, this week is going to be kind of random for streams, as it tends to be. So, if you do enjoy the content, if you want to hang out with me again, please go ahead and follow the channel, so at least that way you'll know whenever I go live. And then I have all these other social media locations that I also let people know that I go live on. Exantis, is there any up-to-date regrade info? Any up-to-date regrade info? What is this? What is their link? R&D. Oh, is that just a direct link to it, or? Oh, I see. Yeah, it's just a direct link as an invite. Well, there's other links in the invite too. Oh wait. Oh crap! I gotta go to Karanord. Hold on. Everybody relax. I will answer your question. I promise. I have to focus for just a second here. Oh, this is gonna be tough. Okay, we have a situation we gotta do before I leave the stream. Any up-to-date regrade info? Regrading isn't really a thing anymore unless you're doing crafted gear. If you are doing crafted gear, a lot of the regrading doesn't it won't destroy the weapon or it won't destroy the armor, but it will crystallize it, and there's no way to uncrystallize crafted gear. So, you know, if you accidentally crystallize crafted gear, you kind of just sell it off on the auction house because people want to feed it into their Aranor stuff. But, you're right, the other one is boats, and eventually, apparently, at some point, there will be vehicles too. Oh god, okay, I have to pay attention. Fuck. This could be bad. I need to get... Oh, this is gonna be really tough. Okay. Paying attention, paying attention. Oh, you're going for Aranor? Oof. That's gonna be tough. God, instantly I just fall into a frickin' hole. Okay. Anyways. Yeah, so if you're going for Aranor, there is... I think there's still sheets out that talk about regrade percentages and such. I don't have anything on hand for that, no. But I am 100% sure that there's some, like, sheets out there that give this information. In fact, I may be able to link a couple of them for you right now. Let me go to this thing. So, Arcade, and then there's a data sheet, and there is a cheat sheet. Let me take a look at these two very quickly for you. Take the spreadsheet as reference, but always do final checks in game. Yeah, perfect. I'm just going to link these both. I don't know if they have the information that you want, but these are just both very, very good spreadsheets in general that you could take a look at and possibly use. So this first one is a thing. That's the Arcade datasheet that TMZ Oz put out. I don't know how to say his name. But he's awesome. He's put out really, really good stuff. And then there's this other one, which is an Arcade cheat sheet, which is just a lot of reference things. And this might have the information that you want as well. Take a look at those. Both of them are extremely good articles with extremely valuable information. Hopefully you're able to find your answers using that. Okay. I need to find an Evangard. Evangard? I don't even know why I said that. Target. Oh, family. Target. Yariz. Okay, well, he's not on this side of the wall. This could be fun. We gotta find this dude. I don't want to go that way, do I? I don't know where this guy is. I have no idea. Where's Yara's? Okay, let's go look around. It might not even be here. It might not be spawned here. Anything? Yara's? Where are you at? Where could he be? Oh crap, this is the dead end, isn't it? Ah. It might just not be spawned here. Okay. Well, let's go over here. In the outskirts. Search a little bit. I really like this city, though. Oh, he's there! Oh, I can't talk to him! No! Mittens is not allowed back in the City of Towers. Alright, not sure I want to know what happened. I can't talk to him! No, I can't get the book then. I can't get the title. Screw you! Oh, I can't even kill you. What are you looking at? Ah. Dang. Okay. Well. Oh wait, what if the one in Caranord I can talk to? There's one in Villeneuve and there's one in Uni. I doubt that I can talk to him, but let's try. I don't know. Let's go take a look. So this one's called Aragi. I don't know where they are in Caranord, I just know that they exist there, and they might not even be spawned at the moment. But we'll see what we can find. If I don't just die here. I got a bit of a loading screen. Oh, there's nobody here. That's good. Okay, no Aragi yet. We're gonna go run around a little bit. Wait, it's a low level, isn't it? Whatever. Alright, let's go look. Oh! Oh, he's green! And he's this way. Oh my god. Wait, what? Oh my god, I can talk to him. Okay. Hero of Astera, I did it! I did it! Woo! Okay. Okay, I can actually do this. Hero of Astera. Is there any other books that I need to get from him that are unique? Let's see. Nothing. Maybe Moonsingers? Oh, both of these look. A Birth of Astera. All of these are, huh? City of Towers Library Guidebook. Everything here except for the last two. Okay. Wow. Well. Alright. Okay, now I have to go back to the City of Towers. Chat with Librarian Tyrannia. So let's go to Mahadevi again. That doesn't matter. There's a neutral alliance guard right there. Nobody's gonna kill me. No, I'm not a pirate. Mittens. Fate Pixie, no NPC on your side? What do you mean? No, I'm on West. I'm a West person. So this is, I'm going into enemy territory, so to speak. Alright, let's go back to the City of Towers. Latros really enjoyed this game when it first came out. You played it for a couple of years before the changes. Yeah, the game has changed quite significantly in so many different ways since the initial release. And I played about a month after initial release back in 2014. So I've been playing since then. I do take breaks occasionally because I don't want to burn out, but I really do enjoy Arcade, and I've enjoyed all the changes since. There's been a lot of things that have changed that people have not enjoyed, like, you know, trade packs, or the trade system. People have not enjoyed the changes, and, you know, a lot of the weapon upgrading has been a little bit nicer, but it's also, it means that proficiencies have not been as useful, and so on and so forth. A lot of that stuff has not affected me, thankfully, with the way that I play. But I totally understand. Yeah, you kind of have to relearn the game now if you came back. So I do enjoy Arcade all the time, even as a solo player. Beta 2 for Mittens. Yeah, it's like I don't know. I enjoy Arcade a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of people that say this and that about it, but like I've always had fun. I always really enjoy the combat system. I enjoy discovering new mechanics that nobody has any idea about. Obviously, I've done that quite a bit, especially lately. Now I have to find this librarian. No, there's still trade packs and stuff. It's a different system than it was 2 years, or 4 or 5 or 6 years ago. Target librarian Irina. Okay, I don't know where the library is. Oh, that's a pretty good hint. It's probably over there. I don't know if I'll be able to talk to this person though. Oh God. Oh jeez. Found her. We can't talk to her though. Damn it. I have the book and everything. I can't start this quest. I can't do it. There's no way. Oh man. Alright, I guess that this title is only for East players then. Oh well. I did the one that's West. Damn. Oh well. That's a bummer. Go left, Mittens home. What are you talking about? You said you're not allowed in the City of Towers. Left, go left. What do you mean, Fey Pixie? Why not Fey Pixie? What do you mean, Mittens? Fey Pixie's just laughing at me. It's fine. That's where Mittens lived as a kid. Oh, okay. In this thing. Alright. This is fine, Mittens. Thank you. But you're not allowed back. Alright, okay. Okay. I'm just gonna... I think that's enough for that. I don't know what's happening. I'm confused. Of course. Oh, wait, look. Oh, never mind. I thought it was a secret entrance. Alright. I'm done. That's all that I wanted to do. Unfortunately, I couldn't get the title stuff that I wanted to get done. And now I know that I cannot get it done, which is a big bummer. Let me go put these books away, though. So I'm kind of curious which ones are on the other Evan-Bard, too. So let me go back to my bungalow. Mittens lived in the library. Oh, I see. Alright. Well, at least you're able to read books here and chill. Wait, what the hell is that? What is that? Why can't I interact with it? Oh my god, a settee is just a chair? What is that? Is that a thing? Is this a name of something? Is a settee? A settee? Is that a thing? I didn't know that. Okay. Apparently that's another name for a couch chair thing. Okay. Alright, learned something today. Great. Back to the bungalow. Alright. Anyways, we're going to be running out the stream here. I'm going to be ending it in just a minute. Again, if you guys have any questions, just feel free to bother me on the Research and Development Discord or ask your questions over there. Tons of good people to help out. I'm going to go take a break after the stream is done, and I'm going to go do some other stuff. So I won't be paying attention to Discord for a little bit. Let's put these books away. Which one of these are duplicates? I don't think any of them are duplicates, actually. Holy crap. These are all just different books that you get from the East, Evan-Bards. That's kind of cool. Yeah, the Moonsingers, I don't have that one. Wow. I have more books to read now. I don't know if any of them are interesting or not, but I will actually look into it. I want this. Get rid of this music sheet. Alright, cool. I'm done. Guys, I appreciate everybody who followed, everybody who's just chilling with the chat as well. All of you folks who've been around like all weekend. It's been awesome. Everybody who's been helping answer questions and asking questions. It's been really good. I'm going to head out. And again, no planned streams, no schedule yet. So if you want to know when I go live, you can go visit all of the different social media things. Just scroll down a little bit in the page. They're all in the description. And I will see you guys next time, whenever that will be. Appreciate you all. See you guys. Good day.